All right. As you could tell by the stream, reasons why WWE sucks and what they can do to be better. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Weston. I haven't really watched Raw or SmackDown. I've honestly been just watching the pay-per-views on live streams, but that's the only time I've been watching wrestling is the pay-per-views. Now, I'll be honest, I might not be watching No Mercy tomorrow because of football, but we'll see. But what do you think's wrong with WWE today? You there, Weston? Okay, I'll start it off. I think the reason what's wrong with WWE today is I just think it's all for the kids, to be honest with everyone. I think going PG was a real huge blow for them. You know, if you've seen SmackDown and Raw, their attendance have been going down like crazy. So I think that's probably the one thing that's wrong with WWE today. But yet Weston's got technical issues right now. I don't know what his. I don't know if he's there or not. I think also. I mean, it would be nice to see. I know Brock Lesnar's in a match against Braun Strowman. Lesnar lose to Braun Strowman for the title because I feel like he deserves it. I mean, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I think that's something wrong with WWE today. I agree. It is boring as fuck. Cowboys fan for life. And if you notice, the ratings aren't really that great, to be honest. And like with MLB postseason coming up and NFL season around the corner now, I just think that's going to kill them even more with the ratings and shit. I think they're shoving Roman Reigns down our throats a lot too, and John Cena as well. I think the thing I think, yeah, they are under 2 million viewers. That is true. I just think that okay. I just think with WWE though, the thing is, Weston, you're back.
Yeah, sorry
You
about
had
that. I
some
didn't know you were
technical
listening.
issues. I was asking you, what do you think WWE can do to be better?
Oh, there's a lot of things. Where do you want to begin?
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, everyone's saying about the PG era with the kids, and I get it. They're kids and stuff, and they want to be PG for them. But I mean,
I
let's
don't
be
think
honest though.
the problem.
You and I, we're pretty much. What are you? You're 23, right?
Yeah, I'm 23. I just turned 20
I'm
like a couple days
24.
ago.
You're 23. We grew up back in the Attitude Era. We grew up watching that. I mean, there was so much raunchy stuff, and we were kids. We didn't really have much of a problem with it. I don't see why WWE can't do that now.
I mean, yeah, true, but I mean, I see. I agree with you. But even if it stays PG, I don't think that's the issue. I really don't, because you've seen what we get when we're
Yeah,
PG. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
we still get
It's like
blood
if
every
they would
time.
go TV 14, they'd be like as bad as TNA. I'm saying like what they got to do is get rid of the writers they got now, hire in writers who actually know what they're doing, and try to bring
Right.
that feeling they did back then.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna blame it 100% on the writers. You know, because it's like I always say it. You can give an actor the best script in the world, but if he's not or if she's not good enough to
Yeah.
portray, you know, what you want on the script, then It's the actor's fault. So basically, what I'm trying to say is in WWE, it's a 50-50 effort. You need effort from the writers, you need effort from the wrestler to help get that over if it's good. Another thing, and then that's another thing. It's the wrestlers that we have nowadays all mostly come from the indies,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just like one of those things where in the indies they teach you a lot about like how to do moves and all that, but they don't teach you how to tell a story. You know what I mean? They teach you how to be a wrestler, but they don't teach you how to be an entertainer. And whether people like it or not, being an entertainer is the most important part of being a wrestler.
Normally, to be a great wrestler and to be a great character to the wrestler you are portrayed to, like the gimmick you have to let the wrestler go out there and be themselves. They can't go out there and say, all right, I'm going to read off the script and I'm going to try to portray this character. Like the
See,
wrestlers
I
who
can't
be
even
themselves when they go out there just do
I
what they
can't
do
even
best.
say I can't even say let wrestlers be themselves because sometimes wrestlers just have a boring personality. You know what I mean? Like look at Finn Balor. If you let him be himself, what is he gonna do? Make you cry by building Legos? I don't know, but he just has a very boring personality. Hell, I'm a big Roman Reigns fan, and even I'll admit Roman Reigns probably has a boring personality. Granted, I haven't seen enough of him to
He is
to
boss.
to see how he is in real life. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I had to say there.
Go ahead, Alan. You want to bash WWE?
Um, the problem is with WWE, it's like it's not so bad that's offensive, but it's not good enough to talk about. That's always been the problem with the show as of the last few years. Like, there's not much to say. It's just there. You
Yeah,
know?
Craig. There is a reason why they stopped using pyro because they're cheap, and they obviously don't want to spend money on pyro anymore. So that's why they stopped doing pyro.
The WWE is like the Cincinnati Bengals of football. Like, as long as we maintain our status quo.
Cincinnati Bengals of wrestling, you mean?
Yeah, they're the Cincinnati Bengals of wrestling. As long as they retain their status quo and they can have everything on the cheap, they don't care. So,
I know you loved it when the Divas were like all like sluts and stuff, though, Alan. Right?
actually,
Remember how the Divas?
I
Like,
did. I did, but I didn't. Like, I probably liked it when I was like 12 or something, but I don't even remember it.
I'm saying that the Divas now, though, they make it like they're teenage girls. So
No, the Divas now are absolutely horrendous, and they're not promoting. The best way to describe this, it's like, no, I don't want women to be like, oh yeah, you gotta be complete sluts. That's the only way you're ever gonna get over. No, are you kidding me? I thought the Sable era of WWE was like one of the most cringy worthy segments ever.
yeah, they attract a lot of men though. Watching it though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying they don't have to be sluts. I'm saying they can also be great performers too. They've shown like with the Trish Stratuses and Litas. Like
yeah,
those
absolutely. No. I always thought the Attitude Era was like one of the most overrated eras ever. I thought the Ruthless Aggression era back in like, what was it, 2002 to 2000 whatever was a lot better.
Yeah, 2002 and 3.
Yeah, that was a much better time for wrestling. But for just, I don't know. And do people
in my opinion, I just thought the Attitude Era was a lot better. I thought Attitude, in my opinion, I mean that's my opinion though, but I thought Ruthless Aggression Era is up there too as well. I'll say one thing though: WrestleMania 17 to 19 were two of the best WrestleManias of all time in the history of WWE.
19 was, no, it wasn't. Triple H like completely ruined Booker T for a long time.
Yeah, he did.
18 was amazing. Right? You had Rock and Hogan. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And they tried to recreate that with Rock and Cena, and it was absolutely dreadful.
Oh yeah, they did do that. It was copying basically off what The Rock and Hogan did. Yeah.
Yeah, and they tried to do it twice, and it sucked both times. Both matches were terrible.
You know what they should have done? They should have had CM Punk and The Undertaker win. I mean, Undertaker go on last. I mean,
a little off topic. A little off topic. Wouldn't it be funny if Booker T did Old Spice commercials? Like as he sprays it on, the girl passes him and she's like, "Oh, you smell good," and he's like, "Can you dig it, sucker?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Anyway,
His movie promotion for the Scorpion King was good enough for me. We need the backstage segment, and he like randomly was on the green screen of Scorpion King, and he randomly goes, "Oh, it's Booker T, the 5-time WCW champion, and I got a sword too." That was awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, that's all I really need to say about the video. Like, it's there. Like, you know, you hate it, you like it. Like, it's.
You know, Weston watches WWE now, but I'm saying, are you gonna watch No Mercy tomorrow, Weston?
Yes, I am.
Who do you think's gonna win the Brock Lesnar Braun Strowman match?
That's hard to say. I guess I have to go slightly towards Braun because
I wish
I
Braun
mean-
Strowman would win, but you know WWE they'll probably make it where Brock wins or something because they want that Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar WrestleMania match or something.
yeah. I mean, I here's the thing. I like Brock and everything, but obviously, his whole stick of like coming up every 3 months, it's starting to get a little stale.
I liked
mean,
Brock back. Remember back in the Ruthless Aggression era, though, how Brock
Oh,
Lesnar was like he beat these guys like The Rock, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Brock Lesnar was dominant back then. Now it's
as
like
much
he's
as-
just a fucking.
As much as I like that era of Brock, I think this one was better, especially when he returned into 2011. Like, to me, this is Brock Lesnar's prime right now. We're witnessing it. But at the same time, like I said, his title reign is kind of getting stale, which is weird because he only appears on TV every so often. But you have to strike while the iron is hot on Braun. Give Braun the title, and on top of that, it would solidify him as a major badass in the
I
star.
thought Braun should have ended
if-
Taker's career, to be honest.
No.
Guys,
thought it
I'll
was-
be. And no, I agree. Braun Strowman should have ended Undertaker's career because
I
he would have been a
don't.
monster unlike anything. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but I just think WWE now is just all watered down. I mean, if I don't know if you heard me before earlier today, Weston, but I was saying how if you watched one of the SmackDown episodes, they clearly didn't show the side of the crowd where it's like completely empty. That's how bad the attendance is at SmackDown.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are kind of holes in that though. Like, like people can say, "Oh, that's SmackDown," or this and that. I mean, if truth be told, we do hear this kind of once a year. WWE always has this thing once a year where it's like, "Oh, look at the crowds, look at the crowds," and I think it's just one of those phases, which is why I'm not like going apeshit about it. Like, "Oh man, no one's at the crowd. Man, something's got to be fixed." It's just one of those things where I'm just like,
There
they'll
is
come
still
back.
holes in WWE though they have to fix though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that they don't have to fix anything. Obviously at the beginning of the video, I stated some of the stuff I feel like they can be better, and I even made a video on my own personal channel about it.
What was your favorite era in WWE history?
That I've seen Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, I think that's up there. I would say that's probably my second favorite era. I mean, I just liked Attitude Era so much because Taker back then was such a badass. Like he was the Lord of Darkness, Ministry of Darkness.
Oh,
I mean, I
always
just
been a
like that era
badass.
of Taker, and then you also had Austin and McMahon, their rivalry.
Oh yeah, and the word part is, like people give Stone Cold all the credit for being the big star, but Vince McMahon is up there with him, if not better.
I mean, he is the promoter, and I mean, he is the reason why they're all there. I mean, if it wasn't
not just that
with him and Vince if it wasn't for the feud with Austin and McMahon, who knows? WCW probably would have won the war.
Well, yeah, but like I said, though, not just that. It's also you also got to face the fact that the way Vince portrayed himself on TV and the character he played, and he was literally the Rowdy Piper to Stone Cold's Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
I think Vince McMahon's holding himself out, but I think eventually, when the time comes, Vince McMahon will be able to get himself inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he has to be because he is the reason why. I mean, that character, he just played it so well.
Oh, I know.
Did you know that he wanted to be a wrestler so bad, and he was going to portray himself as the $1 million man. But eventually, when he became a promoter, he gave Ted DiBiase that gimmick.
I didn't know that, but yeah.
I know I didn't know that either till I saw it on YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, really?" But this character for Vince McMahon's pretty much worked out pretty well. I think now though, it's like he's kind of gone downhill a little bit. I mean, it's like he seems to not care much about the fans.
I wouldn't go that far. Say what you want about WWE, and yeah, they have their times where they're very lazy, obviously, but I really do think they still care about the fans. It's just one of those things where, you know, there's so much going on backstage with writers and all that, to the point where sometimes it may
You
feel
think
like
that
that.
it's
But
because WWE has no competition to compete against? Do you think that's why WWE's pretty much doing what they're doing now?
no, I mean, maybe that's part of it, but I think one of the main reasons why WWE is quote unquote struggling right now is because they're in a rebuilding phase. They're literally trying to find and scout stars for their future. Meaning, you know what I mean. Like right now, let's see, they're kind of like I don't know. You're a sports fan, right? What sport are you a fan of?
Sport? I mean,
Yeah.
I like all sports. I mean, they're probably. I know.
Okay, so you'll get this one. They're kind of like you said you live in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
All right, they're kind of like the Cleveland Indians of like 2000 and I don't know, maybe 11. You know, it's like yeah, they're still trying to find new talent and new guys, you know, but they do have a Carlos Santana here, a Jason Kipnis here. You know, they have key pieces for their future, but they're still trying to find their starting nine, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
They want to get to the 2017 Indian status.
Yeah, exactly.
I think. I mean, I hope. I mean, I would hope WWE eventually gets there. I just think the way it is now with WWE, I just can't watch it, to be honest. I mean, I know you probably could, but I mean, I'm just not interested into the product anymore. Maybe eventually
Yeah.
I'll come around and see it's doing better and stuff, and then I'll just start watching it again. But I just think right now it's just horrendous.
It's not horrendous. Like I said, it's not perfect either. It's like I said, it's the 2011 like Cleveland Indians. There's some exciting things here and there, but they're still trying to rebuild. You know what I mean? They're in their version. Actually, I should have just thought of this. They're basically in their like in your house era right now again, where it's like,
Maybe.
you know, because back then it was just like what Sean and Brett. They were like, maybe I'm forgetting a couple others, but for the most part, right off the top of my head, they were like what the only very few stars they had in the in your house era,
Undertaker.
which was like before. Oh yeah, and
Yeah, take.
Taker. Yeah. See,
They
like
had stars
people
then. I
want to.
mean, they were going downhill like
Yeah,
the start where that era, and then they started to build up again. Maybe that's just
yeah,
the
and
face of WWE.
yeah, and I know everyone wants to go like, you know, hey, remember the phrase "the customer is always right." You know what I mean? Like the fans are never wrong, but the fans have been quite in the wrong actually, because here's the deal: every time WWE tries to present a star that is drawing money and is doing good, it basically almost immediately gets rejected by the fans. So I think the fans are just slightly to blame here too for WWE not achieving its full potential, because the fans in this era are so rebellious and are so stubborn to get what they want, because you know because a lot of fans today know that the wrestling business is, well, quote unquote, fake. It's
Hmm.
scripted. So in their mind it's like, oh, if we can, rant and take control of the WWE, then maybe we'll get exactly what we want, which is not the case. It's like, there's just always a misunderstanding between the fans and the promoter, because, for example, Vince is like, here's Roman Reigns. He draws a lot of money. He gets the girls, the little kids, and even some guys like me in the seats and all that. And he also looks like a main eventer and all that. But the fans, the hardcore fans, they don't like him, so they rebel against him, even though he is doing some good for the company. Although when it comes to a guy like, let's say, Daniel Bryan, they're all over him, but the company is like, yeah, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So we, in other words, the fans and the corporation have yet to meet a wrestler that both fits both of what they
They need
want.
to find they need to find their Stone Cold Steve Austin again.
Sure, and the closest we come to that so far is probably, well, besides Daniel Bryan, is probably Braun Strowman.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what else, Matt. What other matches are tomorrow at No Mercy? I know you got the main event, Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, but what other matches?
Sure, I can pull up the card if you want to do predictions. I'm on my
Yeah,
PS4
go
as we
ahead.
speak, so it's not a big deal. All right. But yeah, like, it's like I said, and then also like like, I wish there was more almost flexible. Like, how can I put this? I wish there was more variety of types of heels and faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine a cocky heel or vulnerable. A cocky baby face and a vulnerable heel. You
Are
know what I
these
mean? Like,
people doing that whole thing where they're having Alexa Bliss drop the belt to Sasha and Sasha drops the belt back to Alexa Bliss? Are they still doing that?
uh, they kind of have, but not really.
I noticed that they've been dropping the belt, women's belt a lot. Even when Charlotte was there too, they were dropping the belt like a million times. It's like,
All
how
right,
do you
we'll start
expect
from
that?
the.
So they're just
How do I?
dropping the belt every like pay per view and then the Raw event and stuff. Like,
Well, my full thoughts on the women's division is this: as far as wrestling, yes, we've pretty much had the best crop of women's wrestlers, out of any era. But all the women's wrestlers are so fucking nerdy and almost like mannish to the
yeah,
point
I've said
where
like they were like acting like they're like teenage girls now.
I don't, well, not even that, but like they just don't have what other women's wrestlers has, which is believability, sex appeal. It's like I always said. Ironically, the least important thing you need to know about WWE type of wrestling is wrestling.
Yeah.
The thing that matters most is presentation and how you portray yourself. And the women's portray themselves like absolute nerds. And I'm sorry, that's just not good enough for an attractive male audience, which rather
What they
women like it
should
or
be, they
not.
should be attractive and they could kick ass. That's what like I said, like a Trish Stratus or a Lita.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was about to get into next. I was like, yeah, like whether women like it or not, I'm sorry, the whole nerdy woman is just not gonna fucking draw the male audience, which again, whether women like to admit it or not, is a big
Maybe the
portion.
little kids, but not the
Is a big
adult
yeah,
thing.
is a is a big portion of their audience. But
Mhm.
yeah, like I do wish we had more Litas and Trish Stratuses. You know what I mean? Hell,
Sasha
even a chick of
Banks and
Victoria.
Charlotte are trying to be that way. I mean, Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, it's quite ironic that the best performer in the women's division right now, that she's not even really a wrestler. She's actually a valet, and she has the kind of like a good character and sex appeal. That's Lana.
yeah, that's what I was going to go to. Yeah, Lana. I think she's starting to wrestle now more. I think that's why they're trying to get her over a lot more.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm tired of that shit, dude. Like, just because, like, okay, they basically built up Lana as like this whole like dancing kind of like burlesque type of gimmick or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and like, she debuts and she's wearing the singlet that shows her ass, and I'm like, yes, see, this is perfect. This is exactly what make me pay attention to a women's match. But then they fucking make her put on shorts to cover that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. I'm like, you like literally the females in the audience, they get to see fucking shirtless guys with tights. But yeah, we don't even get a girl that can't show off a little thing every now and again. It's like that's
No,
so fucking unfair and stupid. It's like, I hope you know part of the wrestling business is showing off your fucking body, whether you're male or female. I'm sorry, it's just
have you
part of it.
seen Lana's Instagram?
Dude, I've probably seen her everything to this point. Like I said, she's really attractive. So,
I know. Rusev's a lucky guy.
oh, he really is. But yeah, here's No Mercy. We got The Miz versus Jason Jordan for the IC title.
I don't know. I would say probably something tells me they're going to try to push over Jason Jordan.
Oh yeah, they will. He's Kurt Angle's son. I remember I was watching OTR Center, who's a very well-known YouTuber. He likes black girls, and he's like, the fact that the fact that he's a white guy that had a black son with a black girl makes him a hero in my heart. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the Miz. I just don't. There's something that tells me they're not ready to give Jason Jordan the IC title yet.
Yeah, I
Which, by
wouldn't
the way,
be
the Miz is
surprised
my
if the Miz
second favorite
won.
wrestler. The Miz
Yeah,
is
I
my
wouldn't be
second favorite
surprised.
wrestler in the company. Yeah. The next match is a fatal 5-way match for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss, who I think is a decent performer, versus Sasha Banks, Bailey, Nia Jax, and Emma.
I think probably they'll give it. They'll have Alexa Bliss retain the belt.
Either that, or I think Bailey's gonna win. Because remember, this is in California.
Yeah, that's a possibility. If they do that, that'd be kind of another title reign they drop in the next month. So I wouldn't be surprised there too.
Yeah. Now here's a match that I find very intriguing, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to due to the fan reaction and how they work with each other in the ring. Neville, who is really fucking great, versus Enzo Amore, who, in the grand scheme of things, is besides his wrestling ability, is really good.
Yeah, I feel like Neville will probably retain the belt. I wouldn't be surprised though if they want to give Enzo Amore the push on a cruiserweight classic thing.
I think more than likely Neville will retain, but I wouldn't be surprised if Enzo Amore won it.
Yeah.
Uh, this is definitely a go get a drink, go heat up some food, do whatever you want to do match. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
No, they've been giving Finn Balor the victory over him before, so I just think they'll probably give him the victory again. It feels like Bray Wyatt's getting just buried.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt. I can usually make a decent argument as to like why a wrestler isn't getting buried, but Bray Wyatt's case, yeah, he pretty much
Bray
is.
Wyatt hasn't even won a
At
match
least,
at WrestleMania, so they'll figure.
at least his legitimacy is getting buried. But by the way, the way this feud started was so stupid. It was basically like, I don't like your face paint, Finn.
Oh wow!
So I'm gonna show everyone. And that face paint's like, oh, Bray, you freaking.
I saw something about he was feuding with Goldust or something. I guess now he came out as Dustin Reynolds or something.
No, he just had a quick match with Goldust, like kind of like a just let's just do it on Raw because why not type of match.
Yeah, but he didn't have no face
At
paint
least,
on. He came out as like his normal self, except for he was wearing Goldust suit.
yeah, I think Goldust was just thrown in there to help boost Bray
He
Wyatt
pretty
for
much
this
buried his
pay-per-view, but
character. I thought he was working on something good, and then WWE was like, shot that down. Said, nope, you're not doing that.
yeah. But I think Bray Wyatt will probably win here because Finn Balor's wrestling without the face paint.
Oh yeah,
And
probably.
and plus WWE has a history of 50-50 booking, so it's like, yeah. The next match is basically two out of the three members of the Shield, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And I feel like I should care about this more, but I don't. So, but I'll go with Dean and Seth to retain. What about you?
Yeah, Dean and Seth are gonna probably retain. I mean, it makes no sense. They're getting over by the crowd, and they're not. Why would they drop the belts that soon?
Yeah. And this is the match I'm looking forward to the most because I feel like these guys are going to pull off a great match. The fans' reaction is going to be absolutely amazing. And we already talked about Strowman and Brock, so we're not going to really talk about that. Or unless you want to, I guess.
I mean, it don't matter to me.
All right. Well, it's John Cena versus Roman Reigns. And oh boy, this is really intriguing.
I feel like probably they'll give. I don't know. It could go either way, to be honest. But I just feel like they probably give Roman Reigns the victory because John Cena is going to be leaving pretty soon, taking some time off.
A lot of fans are really throwing things out that I think are true. Like there's this one rumor where John Cena is actually going to win, and then Roman Reigns is going to go through a tear as if he's like really pissed off up until like WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with John Cena to win here. I think he definitely will. To be honest, because like here's the thing: as much as people don't want to admit it, WWE is kind of trying to. Okay, like I'll explain Roman's part and then Cena's part. Basically, in a nutshell, WWE is trying to ruin Roman Reigns. They really are. But luckily, Roman Reigns is talented enough to the point where he can kind of help himself stay relevant. And then we got John Cena here, who's pretty much the leader of the Breakfast Club, if you know what I'm referring to.
Hmm.
But yeah, the Breakfast Club is just people who play politics to get over, and they're good. Yeah. So I think what John Cena's doing here is that he's literally trying to like notice how most of the people, most of the wrestlers he puts over are like indie darlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally think he's trying to soften the blow for the hardcore fans that like him more. And I do think that he'll beat Roman Reigns.
And there's rumors that he'll be going back to SmackDown to feud with Jinder Mahal for the WWE title, and then possibly, not saying it's going to happen, but there's a possibility he's probably going to beat him and be a 17-time world champion.
Maybe.
That's the rumors I heard.
You never know, but for now, I'm gonna go with John Cena over Roman Reigns.
And then we got the last match, which you said is Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, which everyone. I honestly, like I said, I want Braun Strowman to win, but I feel like Brock's probably gonna win.
I say Braun Strowman is gonna win, and I feel like he's gonna win.
He should win. I mean, he should have won at SummerSlam, to be honest. I mean, he was dominating Brock throughout the whole fight, and then Brock does what he did at Royal Rumble when it was a triple threat with him and Seth Rollins and John Cena, and then he comes back out of nowhere and F5's Roman Reigns and wins the match. It's like he was dominating the whole fight, and then you give it to him. It's like makes no sense. So I feel like it should be Braun Strowman's time. I mean, I feel like he could get over by the crowd by being a champion.
I'll just say it. Say what you want about No Mercy, but as far as like the co-main event and the main event, Lesnar, Strowman, Cena, Reigns, that alone makes the show really freaking worth watching, in my opinion. And my boy, The Miz.
I don't know how the video game they got coming out though, 2K18 looks pretty badass.
Oh yeah, and I heard that they're not gonna go with heel and faces anymore on the games. Like
you're not.
You either get to choose to be a fan favorite or a company guy, one or the other.
So if you're a company guy, are you basically a bad guy?
Pretty much.
That kind of makes no sense a little bit, but okay.
It does make sense because the world of wrestling is evolving to the point where it is more like that. People don't see heel or faces anymore. They see either exactly that, a company guy or someone they really like.
Yeah, seems like that, yeah. But a company guy in the fans' eyes, I guess, are considered the bad guys.
Yeah, they really are. Like, I mean, again, me and my friend Ed were talking about this, and then he's like, dude, Roman's a face. I'm like, no, he's a heel because the fans portray him that way. And he's like, well, no, he's a baby face because everybody wants him to be that way. I'm like, well, let's just put it. Go ahead.
Then many ways, then he's like a company guy then.
Yeah, exactly. He's a company guy, so by default, he's basically a heel. And and we can go on and on about who's a company guy and who's a fan favorite.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it, though. Anything you want to say? Anything else you want to say about WWE before we get off the air?
First off, subscribe to this channel. Second off, go subscribe to my channel, World Western Entertainment. And also go subscribe to the Wrestling Express. I do videos there.
Yeah, be sure to just send me those links, and then I'll put them on. Right. I'll put them in the description box for people to check out.
And I'm gonna be part of like a really awesome channel that's about to open up. So basically, I'm like running 3 shows here. But yeah, and it's called the Atheist Christian Show.
So is it about atheism and a Christian? Talk about religion?
Well, the plural of the channel is like atheists and Christians working together. So me and my friend Nick, who is a Christian and I'm the atheist, we're trying to promote not only like a good, like we're trying to tell people like, hey, no matter what your beliefs are, whatever, you can work together, while at the same time entertaining them. So we're basically entertaining them while posting the image like, if Christians and atheists want to, they can get along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It would
like
be
Nick's
funny.
gonna
It would
react.
be a funny one. Like, imagine, like, I know this isn't going to be possible. But imagine, like, someone was a Satanist and someone was a Christian. Imagine them working together.
Yeah, and see that's also funny by itself. And not only that, like I'm gonna be reacting to like crazy people. I don't know, like let's say fighting at a Taco Bell or something like that, and then he's
You guys going to
gonna
be,
be
like, reacting to videos and stuff?
well, yeah, well, we're gonna be doing so many things, like and then he's gonna be reacting to like I don't know, like sexual things and all that because that's what makes him
Because he's a
cringe.
Christian.
Yeah, and we're gonna do like probably like a once a week podcast where we talk about things and I guess debate slash just conversate about things. So yeah.
Yeah, be sure to sub those guys up. Check them out. But yeah, this is pretty much about it, though. This is Matt Ogden and Weston, and we're signing out. Peace.
Peace.